And we're live. Hey, welcome to Merchandisers Pocket Dimension. We're doing episode 2 of The Winds of War. And we're just gonna get started. Say hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Howdy.
How y'all doing?
All right.
What's
Let's
up?
see who else.
How's it going?
Right, perfect. So we need everybody to get in roll 20 if we can. Also, let me screen share the game for you. Perfect. All right. So, do we have everybody who's here tonight? We've got sound off. Might take just a minute to get everybody into their characters.
Right here.
Perfect. So, we're going to recap over what happened last time while everybody gets into roll 20 and gets settled in. Last time, you guys were traveling along with a dwarven member of the Merchants Guild when a ship of unknown origin, sort of like almost like a UFO, flew overhead and crashed nearby. You went to investigate and fought some animated armors in the wreckage, and then after climbing out, you have been you were confronted by the army of Keshrar as they were moving across the desert, searching for the wreckage. They had attacked your boss, and you managed to kill them and get away before they caught you. And afterwards, you took shelter in this sort of abandoned ruin outside of the blasted lands in the desert. So, as you guys are waking up after this ordeal, yeah, what are you doing?
Where are they at? Are they following us? I immediately start checking the surroundings for anything hinting at the guards. The ships? Did they find us?
Roll perception as you're scanning the horizon.
Very much well. Oh, that is low. That is a 12. Should be more. There it is.
Ooh, that is terrible. So yeah, you don't see anything, just a tiny wisp of clouds moving off the mountains to the north.
Alright. Looks clear.
Clear skies are good.
I'm just gonna start looking around, make sure we got all our stuff. Everyone's here. No one disappeared in the night.
It looks like several of you did disappear in the night. Who all's characters are here right now, and who all is not?
Ronan.
Ronan's check.
Aelin is
Squeeze
here.
is not here. Aelin is here. Altix. Parent is here. Altith is not here. And Laudum also not here. So, you guys got separated. Okay, so you wake up to a blinding sandstorm. Half of your party is gone, and you are left with this crazy engine here on the cart. You're not sure what happened, but in the night, they must have wandered off into the storm and gotten lost, or perhaps worse. When you guys look around at the scenery, you were fleeing pretty quickly last night, so you weren't keeping necessarily the best track of which direction you were going, and you seem to be a bit turned around. And as you're looking around at the mountains, they seem to be kind of like in the wrong direction, and you feel a bit disoriented and turned around.
guys? Were we going the right way?
This
don't
was
feel
the
this is
way you
right.
said to go. Did you not know the way we were going?
I was just going away from those things. I don't know which way we were going. It's just that the way. We were going this way, I think. It's just, but this is the right way. I don't. This is the way we were going, but is it the right?
You know, roll survival to see if
We
you can
didn't.
piece out
We
where you
didn't
are.
really have the luxury of picking a direction.
No, are we lost?
We may very well be lost.
Lost.
You are
Lost
lost.
That is unfortunate.
Okay, well, what do we do? What is this thing in the cart? What did y'all bring?
I just packed everything from the camp and bits and bobbles that the man with the gears wanted to put into it, and some of the guards.
Alright. Well, maybe we should look around where we are. Maybe we can figure out where we are. And then we might be able to, well, I don't want to go back to town. Oh my god, we killed those guards.
Well, to be fair, they were trying to kill our friend, our boss.
I know.
And they weren't
heat of the
exactly being
moment,
friendly
yes, we
when we
did.
arrived.
Yes, but,
Speaking of which, we do still need to interrogate one of those guards, but the one who said he was going to do it is gone.
We really need to get our bearings and see if we can find everyone else.
That may be for
Yes,
the best. Is
yes,
it possible they explored further around here?
hell I know.
So as you guys are looking around, and there is some like crazy old machinery around here, like giant pipes and stuff made out of strange stone, and this ruin seems to be, you know, quite ancient, probably from the ancient Elven Empire that was here before the cataclysm that destroyed the Blasted Lands. Do you want to roll investigation as you're poking around at the ruins?
Yes, I would love to do that. Is anyone willing to assist me?
I will gladly assist you, my lovely bunny friend.
Yo, I am a rabbit.
Rabbit, sorry. I just get them mixed up all the time. I do apologize. A rabbit. Hey, nice.
Well, I think I found a rock right here.
It's a very pretty rock, but perhaps anything else?
Let me see what I can find.
All right, so Ronan, this machine, it's definitely some sort of a ancient, like, pump, like a well. Maybe it was to pump water up from deep below or something like that. You can tell from like the way it's
This
designed.
works. It looks like it used to bring water up from the ground. Look at the rest right here. I don't know much about machines. It just looks like it brings water. There's a little water dripping out of that pipe thing right there. It's
Now, as you're saying that, you notice the sand on the ground near it start to stir as it sort of vibrates, and you see a small mound starting to appear right in front of the machine in the ground.
The bow is being drawn and an arrow is being knocked. That does not.
why is the earth moving?
Yeah, Aileen is backing away from that because she still remembers having to melee in the anti-magic field.
Yeah. You know what? Let's just quickly not get close to the giant weird mound of stirring sands.
All right, so you guys back away quickly as the mound sort of grows larger and larger. 1 second. So as the and you start to see a massive insectoid body start to push its way up from underneath the sand. as a,
Oh, no.
where's my giant,
I swear to God,
where's it at?
this better not be what I think it is.
It's a purple word.
No, it is not a
Oh,
purple
yes.
worm.
I know I have a feeling, and I don't like the feeling.
Where's it
You
at?
just quickly move further and further and further. You know what? Let's just Terran's gonna use his exceptional movement to just, You may Aelin, are you planning on moving to another spot?
Yeah, Elin is gonna back away quick and get ready to like either cast or attack as need be.
And you see a massive body of a spider start to shake sand off of its back as it raises itself up and raises up its front mandibles defensively.
You're
Roll
gonna-
initiative.
I dropped to the stand.
There's the cowardly mage. He's a rabbit. I guess you're in character.
Oh, great. We've got sand spiders here.
Oh,
Lovely place we're in.
The camel spiders.
and Terran got some
Jesus.
good fucking initiatives, man. Every time. Okay, spider,
Oh,
continue.
no.
Oh God.
All right, what'd you get on your initiative, Aelin?
Elin has 13.
Okay, so it is your turn first. Ronan. No, Terrence. My
Terrence.
bad. 24. Me.
All good. Terran is gonna do what he does best, which is shoot it.
That motherfucker.
And we are gonna do this with sharpshooter because why not?
All right.
7.
Terrible.
Uh,
I'm ashamed
let's-
of you.
you know what I am too, and just to give myself a second chance, we're gonna drop Axe in Church.
Okay. That is
13.
also a miss. It barely, almost hits the spider, just barely misses, zooms right by.
Right. And then Aaron's just getting the fuck out as he does best. Are these walls right here?
Yes, those are walls.
Okay.
I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this.
Yep, Terrence is gonna just hide right behind this wall. Not actually hidden. But
Lovely. Lovely. Let's see, we're gonna be 5. Oh, whoop, not right there. 5 right there. Taste carrot, you 8-legged freak! I am going to fire a firebolt at it.
Okay.
It's in the shape of a carrot.
That hits. A carrot bolt strikes
don't-
the spider.
That was an accident. But that much damage. 7 damage.
Nice.
Oh well. Whole thing.
So it sort of reels back as green blood sort of spills out onto the sand.
And then 5. I'm moving back a little bit more.
Mhm.
Alright,
Right there.
this is your time to shine.
Alan! Your turn.
All right, your turn.
Alright. Elin is going to cast Guiding Bolt on the spider. Go.
Which one? Back?
What you,
Ooh, I think
let's
it's here.
waiting to see your roll. It's coming through. I got you.
It's off. Oh,
Nice. 22
Yeah,
is definitely a hit.
wow.
Quite good.
Oh yeah.
And how much damage?
Nice.
12.
9.
9 damage. The spider reels back once more and clicks together its mandibles angrily as it looks at you, Aelin. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, it is.
And it scampers quickly towards you
Oh no.
and is going to make a bite attack with the 23 to hit. So it sinks its massive teeth
Silvery barbs.
into you. Oh, silvery barbs.
Nice.
Nice. All right, let's do it.
And I'm giving so if I can see okay, I'll give Aelin advantage on the next attack because
Well, we're just going to give him disadvantage because he already rolled with disadvantage. So we'll say he got a 15 for his attack.
yeah,
So that is a miss. And so he almost bites, and you, with your silvery barbs, you manage to distract the spider and causing it to miss at the last second. And Terrence, your turn.
Right. Terrence feels like maybe perhaps he could do better this time. And so Terrence is going to peek out around for just a moment and knock another arrow and release it. This time, normally. And he nearly got it now. That's a 28 to...
It's
Nice.
pretty
for
good.
8 piercing.
Nice.
And,
It's still up, but you can see like blood just pouring out of these massive wounds from your attacks.
And right back down behind this wall.
All right, so Ronan, it is your turn.
Bippity boppity, firebolt.
Okay, well you have to. Okay, we have to move up because it's behind this wall.
Oh, I thought I could actually see over that. Okay, my issue. Oh. Is this area over here higher ground?
No, that is lower ground.
Let's see.
It goes downhill. Oh, why are there two of you? Weird.
I don't know why he's over there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Fireball.
That is a hit for 5 fire damage. And as your fireball hits the spider, it collapses down into the sand, so steam rising off its back as it lays there in the dirt.
I
Now,
don't want none of you.
so yeah, what do you guys do?
I look down the hole to make sure there's no more coming.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. You look down. You don't see any more. It looks like it was a solitary, sort of like a hunting spider thing.
We gotta be careful where we step.
It would seem that way. That is rather disturbing.
All right.
Perfect.
I'm gonna kick the pump thing.
You're gonna kick the what
Just out
thing?
of the pump.
You're gonna kick the pump. Okay, yeah, sure. You kick it. Roll in athletics.
You sure?
Yeah, you're kicking it.
I got rabbit legs.
What you get?
12.
Okay, so you kick it and you like hurt your toe with a loud bang, and some dust shoots out of it, and it whines a little bit and runs for a second, and some dirty water squirts out onto your foot.
I don't know. We need the robot man to fix it. I don't know. Okay. Guys.
What appears to be wrong with it?
I don't like this. Let's go out of here. Can I take a look at what these blue crystal things are over here?
Absolutely. So,
Because I saw them as I was running from a spider.
so when you walk over there, you can see these crystals sticking up out of the ground, and they look remarkably similar to the ones that you have already picked up from the wreckage of that crash. But these are like unprocessed.
Can I touch one with my wizard hand? Just want to put a hand on one of them, see what I get a feeling for.
You keep disconnecting from this thing, having some connection issues.
Okay, well we can hear you right now, so that's good.
Yeah, right.
Right. So you put your hand on it, trying to feel anything. Roll. Well, for one, it feels warm, but as you get your hand closer, do you want to roll Arcana?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do an Arcana check. See what we get, baby. Something good. That was not something good. It's not at all.
It is the opposite of that.
That was the complete opposite of good.
So terrible. You have no idea they are magical. You've seen them before.
I'm just gonna leave them be. Leave them be. We don't need to mess with them. No sirree. Let me get rid of that real quick. Alright. Guys! Where are we going?
Yeah. And Elin is gonna move away from the thing that was attacking them not 5 minutes ago. I'm gonna look for the rest of. Gonna go look for the guys.
When you go and look for the guys, you can see some. Roll survival, actually, as you're searching out around in the sand, looking for maybe footprints or anything like that.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
I rolled a natural 20, 25 total.
Nice. So you do, even though there was a sandstorm yesterday, managed to find just barely the signs of footprints leading off into the desert to the south. All right, we're going to do the land. We're going to give away the first piece of land in the stream here in just a second. I'm going to post it in general chat. And in the stream chat. We're going to let somebody on the... the stream, one of the players is going to roll for it here in a second. And you have to like the video and comment land. So if you're commenting land, make sure you like the video. We're going to do it here in just a minute. We're going to give them 1 minute. So you guys are, you see the footprints leading off to the south through the desert. And they head off towards a small canyon that looks like a dried riverbed, and perhaps they took shelter in there from the sandstorm. So what do you guys do?
Sorry.
Yeah, Elin is gonna call out to tell the
You're gonna call out?
Can you hear me? I think I'm disconnecting.
I can hear you. No, I can hear you.
We got you.
We're gonna give it 1 more minute for people to catch up so they can all comment. So, yeah, but we can hear you. So are you guys gonna head towards the canyon?
Yeah, if that's the way the
Alright,
footprints
can you
headed.
hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you right now. I'm gonna head toward the cannon, yeah.
Alright. I sound left for a second.
Yeah, I think on the way to the cannon, Terrence is gonna summon one of his little comfort creatures to follow him.
All right. So, what are you summoning?
That is what we figure out now.
Let's see it. Hopefully it's something that can survive in the desert.
Okay.
1 more minute to sign in and comment on the YouTube to get some land.
It's a goat, which I'm sure a lovely rodent is lovely.
That's better
Yes,
than nothing,
that
I
was
guess.
They say the comment isn't working on the YouTube.
Don't worry about the comments. Just put it in chat. Just chat. Chat. In the chat. Doesn't matter. The YouTube chat. Yeah, you can't comment while it's live. I forgot. You have to just use the chat. Anyway, so we got 37 seconds or something until that happens. So anyway, you summon a goat as you guys are walking towards the canyon. And you can see it starts out of the...
There's this little bag, ball fluff. toss it out.
It starts out as sort of a
We're
narrow.
bringing the cart and the dwarf with us.
Of course, yeah. And well, no, the dwarf is gone with your companions.
Oh no!
Right.
They
So,
stole us.
but
They
you're
left us here to
following
die.
them, right? So you guys are traveling and pushing the cart along through this narrow canyon, which when suddenly you hear the sound of a rushing waterfall as you guys come up right around here and look down as the canyon opens up into a massive crater. You can see a waterfall cascading down the side of this 200-foot cliff above what looks like a small mining settlement that's built around a massive crag in the ground. And in the shadow of the rim of this huge sort of crater, you can see far to the south a faint sort of greenish glow like cast up onto the red stone of the canyon. And you are also hit by an intense blast of hot air as you're sort of like down here in a little pocket without much wind. Everything is sort of stiff, and you instantly, even though you're in a desert, you instantly feel the temperature increase dramatically.
I don't like that.
No.
All right, perfect. So we're gonna do the land giveaway time right now. It's giveaway time right when we are going to. Wait, there's one last thing I want to do before we do the giveaway time. Is wait. Oh. This. Ta-da! Now everyone else can see the new map. There we go. So it's giveaway time. Let's do it. Right. So let's count them up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you roll 1d8. In roll 20. Anybody?
I did it the Abray way.
Oh, okay. What'd you get?
There we go. No, I got 2.
A 2.
I rolled 20.
Then our winner is Mace Fleming. You did it. Jack's got another thing of land. You did it. You did it, Mace. Cheers. Congratulations. I know that's going to be a lot of excitement. Yep.
That is.
There's going to be much excitement about that. She was just saying that she wanted one. Awesome. Cool. So we'll keep going
Jack's
then.
not allowed to get land no more.
It's funny
Right, so
that people
where
win
on
multiple
here
times.
Where are we walking from?
You're coming
you said?
in from the north.
So we're coming in from this area over here.
Yep, you're coming down from the north,
Okay.
and you find yourself on a. I'm gonna bring your tokens over. On a little path. Let's get a marching order together as you're just sort of walking through the sand, and you find yourself following what seems to be the tracks of several wagons. Looks like something must be going in and out of here, probably to that mining town. Doing mining stuff as they do in those kind of places. And as you guys are tracking along, you can see the massive walls of the stone cliffs on either side of you, of the canyon, as you're marching through the center of it. And what's your passive perceptions like?
That would be 14 for me.
I think
13
mine
for
is
Ronan.
a 17 or 18. I'm gonna check.
Phew.
Aelin is like a high. Yeah.
All right. So, Aelin, you feel a tremor in the ground. You feel like a slight vibration, and it causes your eyes to sort of look up at the side of the.
Sorry, I'm not hearing anything.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? No? What?
Yeah, now I
Yeah,
hear
we can
you.
you.
Okay. You can hear me now? Okay, good. So, anyway,
You're just having some connection.
it's fine. If you can hear me right now, I'm just going to keep going. you feel a tremor up in the wall, or through the ground rather, and it causes you to look up at the wall of the cliff, and you see like a part of the cliff shear off and crumble down onto the ground like a landslide, and opening up a hollow area where you can see the side of a purple worm slithering across. So there's a purple worm moving through the wall of the canyon right next to you.
It don't move, and I don't provoke it, and I, in fact, piss a little. I
agree with all of those statements.
You all feel as though you should run.
Yeah. Let's get in the cart. You know this lovely cart we have? You know.
Goat. Feed it the goat. No.
Yeah, we've got
taking off.
Wait.
You strap the goat to the cart and just are running as fast as you can.
Nah, send the goat out that way to appease it and then go.
Yeah.
Really?
Send the goat.
We're not sacrificing.
We're going the other way.
All right, so you guys take off with the goat, moving away from the purple worm, and it doesn't pursue you, but dives back down into the wall. And as you're going, you can see several of these cave openings all along the top rim of this massive canyon as you're moving into the town. And
don't trust.
Right, you wouldn't trust it. And the town.
Yeah, this place is just lovely so far.
Right, the town slowly comes into view as you start approaching. Now, you can see the massive waterfall just cascading down from the top of the cliff and hitting the bottom, sending out a huge plume of mist, of damp air that sort of hangs around the town. And before it pours down another waterfall into a massive chasm into the ground, which the whole town is built around. Surrounding the outside of the town is like a mud brick wall. And you guys are coming in from the north as you approach. You can see these sort of dusty adobe structures with ramshackled roofs and like old looking cranes hanging over the massive chasm. And you don't see anybody outside at first, but as you get closer, you can hear what sounds like voices hollering and echoing up out of the chasm. And you notice immediately that the water vapor being dispersed by the waterfall is lowering the temperature here to a more comfortable and livable degree. It feels like you're stepping into an air conditioner.
This is amazing. Rabbits don't sweat, so this is amazing.
I wish we had something like this back home. It's very cool.
Can we stay here?
Perhaps we could get one for the cart?
Something. Get a little wheel thing that just blows water mist on you. That'd be interesting.
Yes. Maybe if we find the gear man, we can ask him.
Maybe.
I'm more worried about these things that we keep running into.
You mean the spider, the worm, or the crystals, or the guards?
All of them.
So as you
Doesn't it worry you that we run into so many hostile things?
It's the desert. Everything's trying to kill you. I've been here since I was 2 and I'm 3. It's pretty bad down here.
I can agree. It's not a place that is exactly kind to you.
So,
I don't expect to get attacked so often.
All right, so
Always like this in this place.
I'm sorry that the brochure lied.
as you guys are coming in the entrance of the town, you suddenly hear a loud bang echoing back from towards the waterfall. It's like a boom, like an explosion. And you see a puff of smoke rise up from over there, where you can see a lush garden is sprung up around the sides of the sandy river there, where all kinds of different beautiful looking magical plants sprout up around a pool of running water. There's like rickety rope bridges leading across a chasm to the other side where you can see the garden. do you do?
But first, initially, I jump into Aylin's arms at the loud sound,
Fair enough.
and then after a minute, I calm down. I'm just gonna stay here. This is fine.
It's alright.
Shimming over myself.
Elena is gonna just catch the bunny, the rabbit, and like raise an eyebrow at him, but she's not gonna drop him.
I'm never saving you again when a spider's trying to bite you.
Why not?
I can't. Well,
I didn't drop you, did I?
should we go check out the water?
I would like to check out wherever the sound came from, but the water does look rather nice.
Now, the building you're standing directly next to as you've just entered town, the one that's to the north of you with the big sort of smokestack on it, which smoke is billowing out of, you can smell what smells like the scent of frying meat coming from inside, and you can see through the little windows, which are covered up in rickety shutters, that there are some people inside.
Oh, yes, please. I would be, that would be nice.
Food? Yeah, we could get some food. I wonder if they got tomatoes.
You hear another explosion coming from the waterfall once more.
Perhaps we come back to the food after we've looked at the waterfall?
Okay.
Wait, think about it this way. If someone is causing trouble with the waterfall, it's more than likely they'll come through the town. Meaning, if we're sitting there eating, we're more likely to be caught unaware.
We're going to the waterfall.
All right.
To the waterfall we go.
Better points. To the waterfall we go.
So you guys walk over to the rickety rope bridge that crosses this massive chasm, and as you start to walk across it, you can like huge sturdy ropes are supporting it, and it seems like it's going to be fine. But as you start to walk across it and you look down, you can see that there are ropes and chains dangling down from these massive cranes on either side of the chasm, where dwarves are suspended from cages and are mining at the walls of the massive cavern, like the massive crag that they are hundreds of feet down in. And when you look down at it, you cannot see the bottom, just like a dull red glow coming up from somewhere deep, deep beneath.
Terrence is not looking down. He learned his lesson long ago.
So when you come off the other side of the bridge...
Don't like it.
So when you come off the other side of the bridge, another loud bang sort of startles you. And you come around the side of it and come up to the tower, where you can see this massive sort of magical garden, all beautifully what's the word I'm looking for? Landscaped around the edges of this river. All sorts of like huge blooms and palm trees, and there's shade and everything like that. And you see flying above it is a bald man in a purple robe. He's bald. And he's got a little slick, oily beard. He looks like a wizard, obviously, and he's flying inside of a green sort of energy field. It looks like flames around his body. And he's blasting down bolts of lightning out of his finger at a group of hobgoblins on the other side of the river who are quickly running away as he's blasting it after them some. He turns back and kind of looks down at you guys and then looks away and floats up into the air and walks into the top story of the tower right there next to the water.
Whoa!
That was interesting.
I'm going to the door of the tower.
All right, when you walk to the door of the tower, it's made of solid stone and it has a face engraved on it of a gaunt-looking man.
Talk to him! Magic man!
Should we knock?
As you're sitting there thinking about knocking, you notice there are two windows, little arrow slits on either side. You could try to take a peek inside.
We could try to take a peek.
As he takes a peek.
You take a peek inside, and you see a small little waiting area with a table and some chairs, and sitting in one of the chairs is a knight from Keshar. He looks like the same kind of army dudes that were chasing you before. He's sitting at a table, sort of leaning back and eating an apple like he's sort of on guard duty or whatever, while the mage is upstairs.
Well, that's not good.
Now, looking back at your cart of stolen materials, now you don't think they saw you. Nobody that saw you that lived, right? So
yeah, no one saw us and lived. We successfully got the fuck out.
Right, but the wagon full of contraband is an issue.
Yeah, that doesn't mean they're not looking for us. They just don't know what we look like.
Right.
But an odd wagon coming in is very suspicious.
Hide the wagon, take the wagon somewhere. I'm going in.
Is there any good place to hide the wagon that I can, like, see in the area?
I don't suppose either of you know any illusion magic.
Funnily enough, Terrence does use illusion magic, just not in that way.
Oof. Rough.
It's
I can make a cloud of fog.
I think that's more of like if it
Just
absolutely comes down to
in
it.
the pond. Push it down the cliff.
We are not pushing my donkeys and my carts into the cliff. I have carried these things for far too long. We could have them hide in the bushery over here.
In the bushery?
In the sky?
In the bushery?
Whatever this is, it looks like
The shrubbery.
Shrubbery.
We need to find a
Me-
shrubbery.
We need to stop arguing outside the door. Y'all take the cart over there. I'm gonna knock on the door.
Okay, the cart is being hidden over here in the shrubbery.
Yeah, well, let's just disguise it.
Tink, tink, tink.
I'll just do it graphic throw stuff over it.
The bushery. So, the bushery is now hashtag trending. Hashtag bushery is trending now on Twitter.
Yes. Bushery.
You did it. So, the
Hello.
you knock on the door. All right, so the knight sort of gets up and walks over and pulls open one of those like eye slits that they always have in the movies and looks through the little gap at you.
Jump up. Hello, down here.
Says, "What is your business with the Archmage?"
I hold up a book. I want to talk to him.
You hear like a voice in the background saying, "What is it? Is it the miners again? Do they need help in the mine?" And you see the knight go, "No, sir. It's some sort of
Magic rabbit.
rabbit. He says he wants to talk to you." You hear the wizard say, "Well, that's odd. Let him in." And you see and the knight opens up the door, and you see a small little entry room. There's like 2 chairs, a couple of books on a bookshelf, a table covered in maps of what look like caves, and there's a bottle of wine and a glass of wine sitting on the table, and like a half-eaten apple that the guard was eating.
I hop into the room.
You see coming down the stairs is a tall, thin wizard. He's bald. He's no longer wreathed in flames, and he's wearing a elaborate, beautiful purple robe. He comes down and looks over at you. He's got piercing green eyes, and he's a half elf. It looks like. He comes down and looks at you and says, "Pleased to make your acquaintance, friend. I am Sorobos, the Archmage. It's not often that I receive guests here." He looks curiously at you, almost as though he's confused and also a little amused.
I'm Ronan. Can you help me learn more magics?
I'm afraid if you wish to join the academy, you'll have to travel to the Spire like everyone else.
No, I want you to help me.
You and many others, my friend. He sort of pats you on the head.
I don't want many others, just me.
Aelin is just going to look at Tara and shake her head at Ronan's actions.
Terrence is not anyway. Terrence is currently hiding with that card.
I need help. I don't know why I'm like this. I want magic to figure out why I'm like this.
I'm not sure if that some secrets are even beyond the touch of our magic, child. Even the arcane cannot cure all that troubles us. I could cast Feeble Mind on you though, and you'll chill out.
No.
If-
I want my mind feeble.
That's what you want.
I just
Like a
got it.
lumbotomy,
I just got
basically.
my mind. Nice.
You've had it for 2 years.
No.
So he goes, so how did you? He goes, but may I ask, mage to mage, would you like a glass of wine? And he starts pouring a tall glass of wine and hands it over to you. It smells
never had it.
unusually strong. It's extremely strong, and you get the feeling he's either an alcoholic or he drinks the strong stuff. It's almost like straight liquor.
I never had this before.
You probably hated them.
Down it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you're feeling a bit tipsy. Roll a wisdom save. I mean, con save. Sorry.
Oh boy, drunk running hours.
Drunk running hours, boys and girls.
Okay. So you are charmed.
Oh, man.
You are charmed, and you now
Oh,
you now
You're
treat this
amazing.
person as a trusted friend who is to be protected.
You are great. I'm glad I met you.
He offers some to your friends. He's like, "Would any of you care for a glass?"
You should take it. It's amazing. He's so nice.
Oh no. Aelin is not gonna take that.
Very well, he says, and he just puts it away like no pressure, like he doesn't, like it's not, pretending as though it's not magical charmed wine. And he says, so what brings a couple of adventurers like you to our small mining operation? We don't get many outsiders here. You know, your timing is actually quite serendipitous.
That's a funny
So?
word. You're funny. Sorobus, what's your name?
Sorbos, he says, and he bows again.
Sorobus.
Archmage of the Spire of the Mages. You guys have heard of him before. He's literally like the most famous person alive. He saved the world multiple times, probably, and he's the most powerful wizard alive. Supposedly.
Oh boy.
You're gonna help me, right?
Of course. With, sure, maybe. But I need you. But maybe you could take care of a small effect for me. I could provide you lodgings here in town, free of charge, of course, and a good meal at the Broken Saddle Inn. But I could use a couple of strong backs to help me with a small hobgoblin issue we've been having lately.
I don't have a strong back. I'm a rabbit.
A strong leg, perhaps. But remember,
What
you're.
could a couple of adventurers do that a powerful archmage can't?
You have a luxury that a powerful archmage does not, which is time, he says as he motions to a little magical sundial with has a little floating sun glowing above it that's like slowly moving around it like a clock.
Wouldn't
Like a flat earther stream. Huh?
wouldn't a powerful archmage?
You're not in the room.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I just.
You're gonna say, couldn't he cast time stop and do it?
It was like
He
wait
can.
a moment.
Okay, but he's not going to. He's got better stuff to do. He's very busy destroying the world. He's got other, he's dealing with his son somewhere else. Family problems. But he says, but you have a luxury I do not, which is time. He says, I can't, sadly still, can only be in a few places at once. And he starts to move around through the maps on his desk. And he's like, if you, he says, these miners here are great at their trade, but they're not warriors, and I cannot spare any of the Emperor cannot spare any of his troops. He says carefully, changing his words when he starts to say his, like refer to the army as his own. The Emperor cannot afford to relinquish any of his troops to deal with the problem, as they are indisposed at the moment, he says, and he looks a little bit annoyed when he says that. You may have a clue of what he's what they're indisposed doing.
Looking for us,
that's
I'm
weird.
guessing. But like, Aylin is gonna be thinking that, you know, we need a place to just eat and gather our strength while we figure out what to do. So she figures, why not? If he's true to his word, they can take care of a problem for him.
Yeah. Well, do it for you, friend. Just help. Make sure you help me too.
I could teach you something or another, perhaps, if you've
Yes.
got the aptitude for it, of course.
I've got all the altitude.
Perhaps you'll make up with it in enthusiasm. So, very well then. He pulls out a little scrap of parchment, jots some notes down on it, where he basically says, give these people a free room at the inn, Sorbos, and hands it over to you, as well as a map of the region, which basically is a crudely drawn map, similar to the world map you saw, but it has directions for traveling west, out of town to this little foot trail and leading down to over here where the Hobgoblin's lair is marked. Hobgoblin's camp is marked. It's not that far of a journey, only a couple hours probably. So, yeah. Rest first or rest before you go, and you can still get it done before nightfall, perhaps.
Maybe just
Yeah.
Can we get some lunch before we go? It's been a long trip.
I'm sorry, some what?
And some cold water. We're gonna get some food first, yeah?
Yeah, so that's up to you. Of course, the inn will accommodate you.
Awesome.
That
I say we have a good meal before we travel.
Thank you, my friends. I hope to see you again soon. And he kind of smiles. He goes, but if you'll excuse me, I have much work to do. And he starts to walk back up the stairs to higher up level of his tower.
Ronan's gonna turn to Aylin. So, he's gonna look up to her. What does he want us to do with the bugbears again? I wasn't listening. I was distracted by books.
Aylin is just going to look at Ronan and sigh and goes, not bugbears, hobgoblins. And he wants us to get rid of them in exchange for some lodgings, food, and so on in town.
Ah.
So we might as well tell Terrence about this, and then maybe go get some food and water.
Very well.
Yes!
So you guys walk out of the tower and find Terrence cowering in the bushery.
In the bushery, he's also just cowering, just making sure, his doggies aren't afraid. Totally not absolutely terrified.
Why are you so afraid? It's just a guard. You don't have to be scared of everyone.
Well,
Jeez.
Listen, it's a bit worrying, and I don't particularly want them finding out about my cart and confiscating it.
Oh.
Well, it worked
Maybe
out
you should
for the
get a
best.
sheet or something to cover that up. You should probably get a big old tarp or something for it.
Well, yes,
Anyways,
I do need a tarp, but it still looks like a cart thing.
we have a job to do.
Figure it out.
First, we're gonna go get lunch. We'll talk about it over lunch.
Alright, so you guys walk over to the literal Broken Saddle Inn, and it's almost like a saloon. It has some of those double saloon doors, and as you push the door open looking inside, you see two dusty dwarves. They're like covered in like black soot, and they just look over at you from a table where they're drinking like ales, only their lips are not covered in just totally in dirt. And the bartender looks over at you. It's a dragonborn woman, and she is like thin and with green skin. She looks over at you and sort of sneers, almost saying, "Ah, strangers. We've only got ale, so don't be asking for any prissy drinks." And she pulls up a couple of glasses and throws them down and starts pouring it in.
Aelin, show them the note. Show them the note, Aelin.
Here, you Roland. Aelin is gonna take out the note that the Archmage gave them and show it to the Dragonborn.
She takes it and looks at it and squints her eyes for a moment and then says, "Very well then, but don't expect too much special treatment," she says, passing it over to him. Things around here are a little bit rough.
If it would help, I can pay for mine. I don't want to
She
take
says,
from you.
"No, I wouldn't want to anger the wizard," she says, as she pulls up a couple of rusty keys and slaps them down on the counter. As she, and then turns around to fix you guys some drinks and bring out some barbecued lizard, looks like. Barbecued giant lizard.
Do you have any vegetables?
No.
Okay. You said things are rough. What's been going on, Miss Bartender Lady?
She goes, "You don't have to have
Says
anything going
money.
on for things to be rough out here." She looks around at just vaguely at everything. She says, "No one's meant to live in this place. Just doing so, just even trying to have a town here is pure hubris. But if that wizard
Why
wants
are you
something
here?
if that wizard wants something in the trench, damn sure he's gonna get it," she says. And sort of sighs, and she goes,
What
"And the
are you
money's
looking
good."
for?
Old town just for an Archmage's needs.
She nods. She goes, "That's about the case." And you see the dwarf says, "Well, with the working with the Miners Guild, he pays all our wages and pays double of what the Emperor used to." The other one's like, "Yeah, it's not a bad gig. It's a bit dangerous down there, but we've only lost 4 men this month."
And how many this year?
Is that an
The
improvement?
guy starts like counting up, and he's like, "I'm not sure. I've only been around about 3 months myself. And how long have you been here, Dorbo?" Dorbo's like, "I've been here about 2. He goes, "Yeah, I think the old timers, they may know. They've been the whole mine's not been in operation, but what, 2 years now total?" The other guy sort of nods. Apparently, the turnover rate is pretty high.
I can see that. That's worrying.
This lizard's good.
Lizard is good. It reminds me of the old days. It's rather crunchy.
What are y'all looking for down there?
The dwarf says, "Ah, them damn glowing crystals." And Dorbo pipes in and he goes, "They're called arc wells."
Oh,
Arkwells.
That's what the wizards call them, at least. Some kind of ancient magic. All I know is they're worth 3 times their weight in gold, at least.
And have you found many?
Around these parts, you can't throw a cat without finding one. Somewhere in the distance, a cat, hisses.
Is that how you've been finding them?
Nah, the throwing a cat method has been phased out. We're in favor now of just mining the walls with pickaxes.
Right. Well, I'm glad to hear that the animals don't need that anymore.
It still works, but,
no, we don't.
we're on more advanced technology now.
That's so 200 piece.
Right. So the dwarves will sit there and chat with you as long as you want, and you guys can get a rest, or a short rest in the end. You guys want to get a short rest, roll some hit
Yes,
dice?
please. I don't think any of us got
Yeah,
hit.
mystic damage.
Felonier got bit.
Oh no.
Oh no, you're right, silvery barbs. You silvery barbed it away.
Silver barbs.
Almost forgot.
Well, stop.
All right, well, we're at the halfway point right now, so we're going to take a pause. We're going to take an intermission and make
Good
a cup
job.
of tea.
Oh, bet. I'm gonna do that as well.
I'm going to... Okay, so we'll be right back. Just wait 1 second so I can
Going
put us
to-
into our intermission mode.
Sweet.
And... welcome back. We have this cool special effect, and we're back. Thanks, guys, for waiting. It was our intermission, and we're going to get started again. So, you guys are finishing up your short rest inside of the inn, Broken Saddle Inn, where you have recovered some of your strength. And now looking outside, you can see the blinding light of the desert sun shining down brutally over the landscape, with the mist of the waterfall sort of raining down. According to the map, it's a couple of hours hike to get to where you're going.
Alrighty. And before the short rest, I should have said this beforehand, but
Okay.
I would have casted a Mage Armor myself, knowing
sure.
what we're going to do.
Right, that's fair.
And then I used Arcane Recovery to get my spell slots back.
Good move. All right, so anything else you guys want to do to steel yourselves for the journey?
2 more arrows.
I have to look at my spells, but like if Ronan didn't eat anything, Aelin would have offered him some rations, so he didn't have to eat the lizard.
He ate some lizard. He ate some lizard.
He ate some
He's
lizard.
an omnivore. Harrigan.
I think rabbits actually are
Rabbits
omnivores,
eat-
which is horrifying. They will eat meat.
They will eat each
Well,
other.
that's a terrifying new information, and I am now twice as scared of this Harrigan.
He's got
How you doing?
blood pouring down his cheeks.
Why do you think I summoned fire? I gotta cook my meat, baby.
So, right. So the path out of town, and now when you look at the map, you realize you crossed this little narrow footpath and saw it sort of winding off to the west as you were heading into town. And it's little more than a foot trail through the windy, dusty path towards some large, like, red rock formations that are towering, casting huge shadows over the desert. Now, like you can see over here, this sort of ledge where the cliff, the ground of the canyon, I mean to say, is not all even, right? There's this sort of massive cliff face coming up around the side where you can only access this area from the north, which is why the hobgoblins have chosen to make their home there. A little bit of security. So,
Alright.
you've got your map, you've got your spell slots back. What's the move?
Well, I think we should go that way, guys, and figure out what's going on with the hobgoblins and why he wants us to get rid of them.
I think that may be a good idea to do.
Very well. So, you set off, walking through the blazing hot sun into the desert. Now, there's that wind sort of, there's no wind to whip around the air, so it just feels like as soon as you get off of the wind coming off the waterfall, it's like stepping into just a sauna. It's just muggy, super hot, still stale air. And it's miserable walking in this desert. It's 120 degrees at all times. And after an hour of walking to get back to where the foot trail is and to turn and start following it south between these like cactuses and like a cow skull, and who even had a cow out here for it to die? That was just irresponsible. And you sort of have to roll a constitution save to see if you are exhausted from the heat.
Sort of have to.
You sort of have to, yeah.
I know.
Sorry, I worded that a little differently.
I love it. Ah!
I rolled an 18.
All right, excellent. So you're fine. Ronan, you are exhausted.
I hate the desert.
And you only have one level of exhaustion, so it's really like not that bad.
I know, but I hate the desert.
Terrence, you are also exhausted. So you're sweating bullets. You feel like crap. And you guys come upon the first shade you've seen in forever. As you approach these two massive rock outcroppings that are sticking straight up. Like if anybody's ever been to Colorado and seen the place called Garden of the Gods, it's like that. It's like, it looks like somebody's taken a rock from the ground and just turned it vertically. It's just pointing straight up, and there's just these huge rocks with sheer sides and flat tops. And they're surrounded by cactuses. All the areas that you see as a cactus is difficult terrain, and if you move through it, you're going to take 2d4 plus 2 damage for every 5 feet you move, just like a spell, that one with the barbs. Thorny growth. So, as you guys are approaching, you're exhausted, you feel like crap, you're sweating, but you can see some shade as the sun is now getting lower in the west. It's throwing some shade off. And roll perceptions. Well, what's your passive again? Don't you have a pretty high one?
14 for me.
17.
That 17 will do it for you.
Aelin has like a 17.
So Aelin manages to see, before you guys even get too close, that there is something amiss. You can see a small
Shane!
A silhouette leaning down over the top of two of these rocks, of the rocks on either side. As you realize hobgoblins are posted up on top of them with crossbows.
Yeah, Aelin notices he's gonna call out like to like wait and not rush in, just like wait.
We'll move you guys back here to a reasonable place as she calls out wait. Now, as soon as you call out wait, you hear one of the hobgoblins yell out as they begin to attack, not wanting to let you escape. Roll initiative.
I'm a bun!
I knew we were coming.
Or they were guarding the only road into there. Yeah. It's their front door, so they might guard it.
And they were expecting someone else's attack for like an ambush. I rolled another 13.
Nice.
Why were there just guards on duty?
Any of those are possible. We will get to the bottom of it soon. With the 13. Come on. Oh, didn't work. Let me try again. Got you. All right, so it's gonna be your turn first, Ronan.
Oh crap! I will cast comprehend languages.
Okay.
So that I can understand them and they can understand me.
Sweet.
Just here to see what's going on. How are you? Don't attack, please.
You see they look at each other like completely shocked by you speaking to them in Goblin. Is that your turn? You want to make persuasion?
I use my axe. Sure.
I'm gonna do it for.
Oh, that's pretty good.
All right, so it's their turn, and they look at each other. They're holding their crossbows, and they don't fire. As they all look at each other tensely for a moment, and one of them says to the other, "He said he wants to talk." He looks like this. That's weird. And the third one of them, who looks like he may be in charge by the way he kind of holds himself up, and he yells back out, "We don't want to talk. Go away." They don't look like they've ever had this happen to them before. I'm sure they haven't.
Guys, don't kill him! I said that in common. Okay.
Okay, so they don't fire, they just stand there looking tense, holding their crossbows down at you guys. So, we're gonna kind of break out of initiative for a minute here and see, like, what do you guys do? You're gonna try to talk your way out of it? You have comprehend languages going, so.
Alright, guys. What do you want me to say to them? I think we can persuade them to let us speak, but they just want us to leave.
But we need to go in. We're kind of supposed to deal with them, you see.
Yeah,
Wait
but
a
maybe we
second.
can just talk to them.
I don't
figure out what's going on here.
I don't truly trust that archmage person. I'd like
Hey,
to know
hold
what's
on, he's
happening
my
first.
friend.
What did you
He's an okay guy.
We can't trust.
I trust him.
But I'm sure you do.
There's nothing wrong. I just want to talk to these and figure out if we can come to a peaceful understanding.
Well, then you do that. I was told that we were going to be dealing with them. I didn't say you would be told how we were dealing with them.
Okay, well, Hobgoblin, sir. We would like to talk to you. It seems there's someone in a town nearby that you may have knowledge of, and we want to talk to you about them.
One of them says to the other one, "Should we take him to the chief?" And he looks at him, looks back at you guys, and looks at him. He goes, "Do you think he'll let us eat him?" And one goes, "Maybe." And he goes,
Don't eat
"Do
me.
you want to talk to the chief?"
Yes.
I go, "Well,
Guys, we're gonna go talk to the chief."
throw down your weapons."
Now you see,
Guys, we want you to put your weapons down.
tell them to put theirs down, and we will. Maybe.
You first.
They go, "No, you first. We're not putting down our weapons."
All right, how about two of you, and then two of us, and then the next two? I don't have weapons. I have a dagger, actually. I'll throw that away.
All right, they look around. When you throw down the dagger, they're dumb. They assume that's your only weapon, being that they don't assume you're a magic user automatically. But they're like looking around, sort of perplexed by this whole exchange, and they're just like, "No, we're gonna keep our weapons. You put down your weapons." The hobgoblin seems determined to try to keep control over the situation, even though the other three hobgoblins all seem to be getting a little bit confused, and one of them puts his weapon down.
What's going on?
Well, okay, they want us to put our weapons down. I asked them to put some of their weapons down first, not all of them, and then we put some of ours down. They're going to take us to go speak to the chief. They don't want us to go in there armed because they think we might try to kill the chief. So I threw my dagger down because they think that's the only weapon I have. And so now they are also being confused with each other because they don't talk to people very often, so this is new to them. So we just have to be understanding of their culture.
There's an unfortunate
You should put down your bow.
I feel they're going to kill us if we go in there. I use magic. I only got this. My bow. That's how I use my magic.
Yeah, I think you should put your bow down. I think we'll be fine.
What about the hand axe? What if I just do the hand axe? You think they would think that that's the only thing?
Maybe. I mean, you can certainly try. Maybe put the bow. Don't draw the bow.
Yeah, it's just he'll take the hand axe off of his belt and toss it away.
And try to maybe shift your cloak to
he's gonna shift his cloak and then kind of hide the
try to hide the bow. Make a deception. Try to while you're tossing the axe.
Just kind of jokingly say to Terrence, maybe you can convince them it's just the staff.
For an elderly man, yes. Deception. Ooh, that's not gonna go well. All right.
You might. Or performance. You could also use performance.
It doesn't go well either way.
Yeah. They're like, "What about the bow?" yells one of them.
With the bow, it's an old family heirloom. I really, you know how it is. If you had something from a family member, you wouldn't want to toss it onto the ground like common.
What if he just put his arrows down and he keeps the bow?
I couldn't understand a word you said. Oh, so you say that to him in Hobgoblin? What if he just puts out his arrows?
Yeah.
But one of them, he kind of looks at you for a minute. Roll persuasion. He's considering it. He may agree.
Yeah. I figured that's a pretty good compromise.
It's something. He
nods.
nods.
Persuasion? I rolled perception. I rolled perception. That was.
Okay.
That was nice.
That would have been nice. He nods. He lets you. He says, if you leave the arrows, that's fine.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, he really doesn't want to set down his bow. So yeah, he'll set down the arrows.
Now roll sleight of hand. Maybe try to hide one.
Yeah, you know what? At least one arrow.
arrow.
Let's see if we can do this.
Yeah, if you can pull it off.
One arrow, fire it, grab it back, shoot it at somebody else.
It's going to drop her war,
I think he
just
most
drop her
definitely can.
warhammer in hopes of distracting them, so Chad can hide his arrows.
Nice. So you do manage to hide. Roll
Jesus.
1d4.
Roll a d4. Okay, this is where it comes into play. I need you to do me a favor here. I need to get at least 2 arrows, please.
1d4. Yay! You did it.
I can do a lot with 2 arrows.
You managed to keep 2 of your arrows up your sleeve.
Hell yeah.
And the hobgoblins start to climb down the rocks and come through the cactuses and start leading you back towards their village. Now,
And since I'm talking to them, I'll be in front.
okay, yeah, get yourself in your little marching order.
I think I'm staying quite far back. How? Are they keeping on us from behind? Out of curiosity.
I'm sorry, what was that question?
Are they watching as we're like following after them?
Not super hard.
Could I try to get my fucking arrows back?
No, they wouldn't notice
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, worth a shot.
Mage hand an arrow 30 feet in the air. Don't worry, I got you.
Alright, so you guys are, they're moving through these massive archways where you can see, like, ropes tied across with, like, weird different colored cloths decorated with the hobgoblins. And as you get deeper and deeper into their little village, you see yourself, or you find yourself moving through these really beautiful and intricate little structures made out of like red mud and clay, where the hobgoblins have set themselves up quite a little village. Sorry. Boop, boop, boop. And as you come down towards the center of it, the main, I'll zoom in. The main center of their little camp, you find several massive round structures like yurts. And the top of them are all covered in what looks like reptilian skin of a red color.
Mm.
You can roll nature to try to identify.
Red lizard?
You know, nature or medicine.
Nature. Good lord.
Terrence, you don't know
So,
what it is.
You said
Mhm.
it was
14
a
in nature.
lizard made out of red skin?
It was a
or it
red-
like an object.
It was a tent made out of red skin. The roofs
Oh,
of
a
the
tent.
yurts are made out of this
Okay.
red reptilian leather. And as you look at it, you think it may, or Terrence, you think it might be wyvern leather or even dragon skin. You're not sure.
It's weird.
But it's probably good against the heat.
Oh, it probably is.
So they lead you to the massive circular building, and stepping out of it comes a massive hobgoblin. He's covered in like red paint, basically to blend in with the environment. And they're on its already red skin, but his armor and stuff is all smeared with like red clay. That makes them even harder to see, almost like camo, where they just sort of rub the clay all over their armor and their chainmail and stuff to make it where they blend in with the desert.
Mm-hmm.
And he's standing there, kind of looking down at you. He's got like beads and stuff on his hair and massive tusks, and his skin is bright red. And he looks at all of you, and he speaks in Goblin, and he says, "What strange prisoners you've brought me, Gothark? What is this?" And Gothark sort of gulps, and he says, "They're not. Yes, we did bring you these prisoners. Prisoners. Introduce you. This is the captain. This is the chief," he says.
I came here to talk to you.
He looks at you and he goes, "Little rabbit." And you see like 10 hobgoblins start surrounding you all. They have like, big crazy looking jagged swords and all rested up. And he goes, "Little rabbit, what do you have to say to me?"
Oh, well.
"I feel like we'll be
Yeah,
having
ask
stew
him what
tonight," he
stuff.
says to the other hobgoblins who all start
Oh.
laughing.
See, there's a wizard guy. He wanted us to deal with you, and I came to ask you some questions about him and see what's going on.
He sort of scoffs and he goes, "That wizard. He comes into this valley, takes our water, and then fights us off like we're pests." And he sort of spits on the ground. And he goes, and he sent you, you say. And you see several of the hobgoblins starting to like arm themselves and get closer.
Well, sent is a strong word. He asked us to come over here, but I decided to come over here without being asked, and I wanted to talk to you to see what you were all about. You seem like a nice hobgoblin chief. I really like what you did with the tent, and that mud is nice.
Thank you.
You
I did it
work
myself.
something
And he
out?
like rubs his mud. He says, there's nothing to work out. Without the water from the falls, my people will die. And he looks around at a little baby hobgoblin, which is just insanely ugly. And it just is like, we must protect our young. And he goes over and like kisses it, and it's like, like horrifying little demon baby.
Could you not get water from somewhere else? What do you mean he's taking your water? How?
He
Guys,
motions
he says-
vaguely around that you're in a crazy wasteland. He he doesn't need to explain. There's no other water in the valley, he says.
Okay. So, have you tried talking to the wizard?
He goes, speak to him. He says, for the last several, I don't know how hobgoblins keep time, for a while, we would sneak to the river in the night. We would stay on our side, he says. We didn't venture into the town. But still, he fires blasts of lightning at us and sends the guards to shoot at us with crossbows, he says. There can be no peace with those types. They think they own everything.
What if we talk to him about diverting a path of the water somewhere else so you can have some?
You want a persuasion?
God, son of a... Yeah, and I forgot I've got exhaustion, so I gotta do it with disadvantage. Oof.
It is a little bit like that. He
don't
is
understand any of this
keeping the
goblin
water
stuff.
from them.
Oh, that's true. I keep forgetting. I'm sorry.
Everybody forgot.
Did it post?
It is actually the plot of the 2011 animated movie Rango. Thank you for noticing. Yeah. That is it. We're doing a Rango campaign.
Everybody's just talking and like
Sending it.
Elon's just going to poke like run on the shoulder and be like, "What's everybody saying? We can't understand anything."
Yeah, nobody can understand except for the freaking 4 hobgoblins or whatever. So,
all right, 7 total.
what total? 7?
7.
He goes, you couldn't do that. You're just a little rabbit. And he slaps you. You see some of the other hobgoblins coming up and looking a little bit rah. And you see one of them comes out of the back though, and this one looks like a shaman. It's a woman. She's got all kinds of beads in her hair, and she's wearing this sort of multicolored shawl, also covered in this red dye. And she comes out and she says, now don't be too hasty. They may be useful to us still. And he turns around and looks at her and goes, and you see he kind of backs down, like slows down a little bit. And she comes up looking at you curiously, and she goes, you say that the wizard sent you here, and you believe you could talk to him?
Possibly. I mean, I talked to him before.
She goes, this is the first time anyone from the town has been willing to speak with us at all, she says as she puts her hand on the chief's arm, and he kind of looks at her like with respect. And she goes, we should not waste this diplomatic opportunity. And he goes, very well. But that's your business. And if they follow us back here, and if they come back here full force thinking that we're soft because we let them live, that's on you. And he turns and storms back off, several of the warriors sort of follow him.
Hey, if we come back full force, I will let you kill me.
You don't have to let me, little one, he says as he disappears off to the crowd. Now the shaman woman is still standing there with you, and she looks down and sort of shakes her head, and she goes, "Oh, you poor creatures. You look exhausted. Here, come, rest." And she motions towards one of the little tents inside the Hobgoblin village where she came out of. You can see like a little wisp of smoke coming out, and there's like a little fire with sort of a pot bubbling something inside.
She has something in there?
I'm sorry?
What are they saying?
There's not a lot of drama, but the beef of it is he's the chief, but she and the nice one. You're gonna go talk to her. Also, they're gonna let us live.
That's good.
Well, that's always a plus.
So
I did good.
she brings you into a room where she has the little small pot bubbling over a fire, and she sort of sits down. It's almost like a sweat lodge deal. And in the cauldron in the center of the room, there's this yellow bubbling vat of like liquid, viscous liquid, and hanging out of it, or she reaches in with like a tong and pulls out of it this long sort of weird yellowish organ of some kind, and flaps it down in the sand next to it, and then pours it out into little cups and hands it over to you guys. She says, "Drink."
Thank you.
What are we supposed to drink this?
She nods.
We are.
She
What's
speaks in
it smell
broken
like?
common. You realize she can speak common, but it's like poorly translated. And she says, "The stomach of a lizard." She says, "Drink. It will help you." And she says, motions to the sweat on your forehead.
I will drink it.
When you drink it, you feel your exhaustion relief, and you find that you are resistant to fire damage for the next 4 hours.
I don't know. You know what? We're killing the dwarves. I'm saving these people. Fucking.
So she says, "You really speak to the wizard?"
Yes.
We can all understand her in common, right? This
Right.
is common?
Yes.
Broken color.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, we can try. He doesn't seem like he likes you very much, but I don't see what's wrong. I think y'all are great.
I would agree.
This is amazing, this
Seems
drink.
like the people like him very much. So maybe we can figure this out.
She says, "We have little time. The warriors want to attack the village. They have," she says, "they've called a war council with the other tribes further south in the valley." She says, "If we don't come to some agreement soon, they'll awaken the Chornablorg."
What?
The Chornablorg. It's so hard to say that and not laugh. Yes, it's called a Chornablorg. You don't have a fucking clue what it is. Excuse my French. You don't know what a Chornablorg is. You never heard of one.
What's the Chornablorg?
She does not. None of you know what awakening a Chornablorg is, or what the hell a Chornablorg is, or any of that.
What is that?
She says, a Chornablorg. I'm sorry, my common is not so good. Purple worms.
What?
One of those.
She says there's a nest of them in the rim beneath the waterfalls. She says they, soak up the moisture through the sand. The tribes to the south, they know of a way to cause them, to frenzy, to create a madness, she says. It's been it's been spoken about, trying to destroy the town, she says. If we can't... Huh?
We destroy the town.
She says, she doesn't want to do either of those things. Exactly, she says. Exactly. They'll come back with more and worse. She says, we only need access to the water. Just enough for us to survive, she says. If you can find a way to reason with the wizard, you could save many lives. You'll have our thanks.
Don't we know what we need to do? We can't let a whole people die because of a wizard's greed.
Well, maybe he just didn't understand the situation.
I think it's pretty hard to not understand
He's
this.
not that bad, but he's willing to help us.
He was willing to
If
help
that powerful couldn't have found a way to reach an agreement, to talk.
That sounds
And he
like something
specifically sent us here for a reason.
Yeah, he sent us here to talk to them, I think.
No, I don't. You made it sound like we were sent here to do other things.
Oh, kids in your brains, human.
You just call me a human and a child.
What you?
Terrence is a very evident old man elf.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I'm just saying the shit. What you mean?
So what do you guys do? Yeah.
Okay, so Miss Shaman of the leader of the hobgoblins.
Mm-hmm.
We will go back and talk to the wizard of the land, and if we'll do our best to persuade him, and if not, I will begin carving away the land to best.
So will I. You've got me. We can't let a whole people just perish over this.
Very well. I hope that you are successful. She says, you have 3 days until the war council.
So we have 2 days to get this done.
Essentially, yeah. Or the hobgoblins are going to attack the city with purple worms.
Now, just to double check, this is the city where the hobgoblins are.
I'm sorry, let me zoom out. Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
That is the city the hobgoblins are, yeah. And from what they just told you, they are sending an envoy down to this city where they're having the big old war council in 3 days. And then they're going to destroy this town.
Looking at the map, we should be able to bypass water from this area down to this area, shouldn't we, or something like that, to make another.
The hobgoblin shakes her head and she says, "The top of the rim is far too dangerous. Fire giants," she says.
What the fuck?
Yeah, the top of the rim is perpetually plagued with fire elementals and fire giants.
Okay, so they just want free access to this side of the river.
That's it. That's all they're asking for, yeah. But Sorbos keeps shooting lightning bolts at them.
Alright, we will, does anyone else have anything you want to say, or bring a question?
Thank them for their hospitality. Better than being killed.
Yes, thank you. Can you make sure they don't shoot us the next time we come? If it's just us. Next time we come through, there might be like 3 or 4 more of us. But
and some animals, possibly. I'd prefer you to kill them.
She says, "Here, take this," and she hands you like a beaded necklace made out of like clay beads from the red dirt around the area. She says, if you wear it, then they will know that you've come from me.
I will throw that around my neck.
All right.
Alright, okay, thank you. We're gonna go now. Thank you
Alright.
for this drink, actually. Do you have any more of this?
She says, here, and she throws you the, like, half-boiled, like, sickly yellow, looks like a lizard spleen or something like that. And she tosses it to you. She says, boil that for 1 hour. It should have at least be good for 1 more pot.
I'm gonna hold it up to the old elf, young elf, whatever he... Can you do this?
What are you, you're holding up the little intestine thing to him?
Yeah. It's like a yellow intestine.
Yeah, sure, we can, do you want me to hold on to it?
It'll mess up my paperwork and files and stuff.
Sure. I'll send it in the cart. In the cart it goes.
All right. So,
Alright, well, see you later, lady. We exit the tent and make our way to...
all right. So you exit the tent and you start hiking your way back across the countryside towards Starfall, or Sky's End, rather, the name of the tower. The waterfall's name is Star Falls, too, which is just pretty sounding.
Oh, nice.
So as you guys walk back over towards the town, you can see the mist sort of throwing up in the air from the waterfall. The sun is sort of setting behind it, throwing light across it and creating this like beautiful rainbow. And you see a green light flickering in the top of the tower, letting you know the wizard is home.
Alright. No, I did not come in last time. He may not know me.
Sure, it'll be fine.
Well, it'll be fine.
Well, let's
Yeah.
should he not
Let's just
listen?
go in
I say we go straight to the people that live in this town. They're more likely to listen.
Well, the people that live in this town are all working for Sorbos.
I don't think. And they're not the ones shooting lightning bolts.
No. Though he did say that the guards were shooting crossbows at them as well.
Oh, yeah. I think we should tell the wizard, convince him. I think he'll be harder to convince than the people.
He's gonna be the problem. That we can agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. He may be my friend, but he sounds a little stern.
Right.
So do we want to make our way to the guards, or do we want to make our ways to the wizard people?
It's up to you.
Sarah, where do you want to go? You want to go talk to the wizard?
Sure, we can do that.
Alright. I want to talk to the wizard.
Okay.
I don't knock. I just try to open the door.
All right, so you go over there, and you knock on the door. And the guard opens it up again, looking down at you, kind of annoyed, and he goes, "Oh, you're back already. That was fast. Hey, Sorbos, the rabbit's back." He yells back up towards him.
Hey, I'm back!
You hear him say, "That was fast." And he comes down the stairs looking a little curious. This time he's wearing like a purple robe and like a sleeping cap and like slippers. And he's holding a cup of tea in his hand. And he comes down and he goes, "Well, that was quick. I didn't expect you would be back so soon. Did they give you much trouble?
Oh, yeah.
Shouldn't have been too hard to clear them out, eh?
No.
What with your magic?"
We settled things out. We settled things out. My magic is strong. I was able to handle things real. Would y'all agree? Yeah, yeah. So, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there any more water in this place, or is that waterfall the only place?
Yes, it's the only water in this land. I had to go to great lengths to secure it. The fire giants were not easily persuaded.
Don't you think that a big river could be shared by all?
Of course, I'm sharing it with all of these people here. And the fire
but
giants.
Do you think other people here would like water? What about the hobgoblins?
I thought you said people.
Are they not?
Do they not speak?
Do they not love? Do they not have babies? Do they not die?
If you
Many
share with
things.
us,
He goes, I have seen a gelatinous cube show more of an range of emotion than half of the hobgoblins I've seen in this valley. He goes, look, I realize it leaves an unsavory taste in your mouth, but the fact is, the beryllium ores that are being pulled from this crevasse are worth infinitely more and are far more important for the safety of the realm than a few hobgoblins. They must be persuaded to stop.
They just want safe access to that one side of the water so they can have drinking water so they can survive. Other than that, they don't give a shit about what you do. They just want water.
Would you like a glass of wine? He starts pouring wine for everyone.
Oh,
Or some
all
tea,
right.
perhaps.
You got water?
Water? Of course, he says, and he snaps his fingers and creates some water in a little glass jar, pours it in a cup and hands it to you.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna give this to the hobgoblins next time I see them.
Alright, we're gonna do a land giveaway in 2 minutes, so make sure you like the video on YouTube and comment land in the chat, so that way we will know who to give it to. 2 minutes, guys. Set a timer. 2 minutes till the land giveaway is happening. And just because you guys are playing doesn't mean you can't do it. You can do it as well. Just like the video, say land. So yeah, the mage is so he's considering your words. Roll charisma persuasion.
Do I get advantage by any reason? I don't think I do. Persuasion plus 0 persuasion.
Let's see it.
I get
My
1d4.
It's really bad right now. I have to move down running out of battery.
Oh no.
Do I get inspiration?
What? You want inspiration? We've got 1 minute left.
That's
Like
right,
the video and
my
comment. Like the
internet
video
was
and
being
comment
bad.
land. Like the video and comment land. You got 1 minute 15 seconds, and you can get in there to land. We're gonna give away another hex of land. Already, we had one person win one tonight, which is exciting. We got too much land to give away. We have like 1,000 hexes I have to give away over the next few months, so it's like we gotta just give them out. Type land. So you what'd you get with your persuasion? You got a
You see
I'm not looking. I'm not looking. Just tell me 2.
We all
I
rolling
got
or is it
That's
just
what I asked
phrase
if I
it
had-
All right. He says
I missed out.
he goes, as sorry as it is, they disturb the dwarves, and according to the miners' union, they have to keep all monsters and dangerous creatures at least 100 yards from their work sites. I'm sure you understand.
We could simply extend out the area 100 yards outwards. Problem solved.
Yeah, couldn't you just make the water bigger?
And what good is this going to do us? Do you think we'll suddenly have hobgoblins working in the mines? You know, that's not a
Well-
bad idea.
It isn't, and if
No.
you think about it, they've lived out there in the heat all this time. They must have something that they know that could help.
You may be onto
I
something.
didn't
The
say put them to
mind for
work.
people. No more
I know.
fighting.
Roll persuasion, this time with advantage because you're all helping. And we're going to roll for our land. Drake, you got to type it in the Discord, in the YouTube. Sorry, in the YouTube chat.
It's in the YouTube as well.
Okay, perfect.
I just did it in both.
Good. Well, yeah, we'll see it for sure.
Who's
Alright.
rolling persuasion?
Who's rolling the persuasion is a good question.
We're gonna roll persuasion, and then right after we roll persuasion, we're gonna roll to see who gets this land. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people here in here commented land. So
I'll do it since I've been doing it.
All right, advantage.
You have advantage.
Yeah. Oh. It was a 19. It didn't get sent for some reason.
Perfect. That's fine. Good enough. And he says, "Very well then. If you want, we can divert some of the water to the north for them. But I will. I'll be overseeing the construction of this pool myself. I have some special things I would like to experiment with," he says as he looks over at his shelf, where you see in the window is a small potted plant with a little green flower, or green stem, and a tiny little pink flower on the top.
Intriguing.
Anybody that ever played in Shaywin, it's that type of flower. Yes, it is that type of flower.
No.
So,
no.
he, anyway, roll 1d10 to see who wins some land. We're seeing who wins the land. Who wins the land?
Oh, do one of y'all want to roll it?
Anybody, first person to do it in the Roll20 stream.
Right.
Oh, 4.
Oh, nope. 4.
4 it is. So let's see who is our lucky number 4. 1, 2, 3. Omnath. Omnath, it's you.
Oh, hey, that's Lindsay.
Lindsay, you won the land. Omnath, you win. Cheers. Congratulations. You get to pick it anywhere you want. Send me a screenshot of where you want it. Send me a screenshot. Say, I won. I'm Omnath. Draw where you want. Send it to me. I'm gonna mint those tomorrow. So anyway, that's all for our game tonight. And we are going to cut the stream off here in just a second. But thank you guys all for watching. And being here in Punch Disaster's Pocket Dimension. In 30 minutes, we're going to start munching in the dungeon, where we're going to interview people's characters with the Discord chat, and it's going to just be a lot of fun, and it's going to be some gags. So, we're going to give away 3 more lands tonight during the talk show. So, show up. It's in 30 minutes. I'm going to take a quick break, and we're going to meet back then. So, thank you guys. Everybody say goodbye.
Peace.
Follow, subscribe.
See you guys next time.